What's up? So today is October 6th. It's a Monday. I'll be trading the Nasdaq like I always do. Coming into the session for my bias, honestly, I'm honestly not too sure. I mean, obviously we're at all-time highs, which is a bullish thing. But I just don't like how at least on MNQ, previous day low was a devil's mark. It's not true on NQ. Like NQ has a wick at the bottom, but honestly, I feel like if we're gonna trade so far away from it, it's MNQ. I just feel like it's gonna get swept at some point. So if we do start moving bearish, I could maybe see that as a target. But yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna. Yeah, we already inverted this 4 hour gap, so that's bullish. But we took these highs. I mean, the first area I guess we could potentially see a rejection out of would be like this 1 hour gap down here. And these are, I guess you could call them relative equal lows. Yeah, so if we were to at open kind of come down though and reject off something, that would be like a Judas swing. And that would be nice and that would remain my bullish bias. There's a lot of low resistance liquidity built up down here though, I feel like. That could get ran. I'm just looking in this leg what type of gaps we're opening up. I know there's like this 1 minute, I'm sorry, 2 minute, but we're probably gonna open up this 3 minute. I believe as of right now, yeah, there's an SMT at the lows. But I mean, I feel like SMT is really close to market open, don't hold very often. It's like they're either gonna hold or they're really not. There's no in between. I wonder on I just want to check on NQ if those are equal lows too. No, they're not. They're just relative equal lows. So I mean there's still a draw, just not as strong. I honestly feel like we're not I don't think we're gonna react off this gap. I don't think that would be the thing sending us higher. Yeah, I feel like we want lower first. And if I were to take shorts, I'd want to see like a 5 minute gap, maybe open up here, trade back up into it, and reject out of it. We might not even open up that 5 minute though. We did open up the 3 minute though. I think those are relative equal lows again down there too. Yeah, they are. I feel like part of me wants to be bearish, but I feel like just knowing we're at all-time highs makes it a little less probable. Yeah, so there's no 5-minute gap. So the highest time frame gap in this leg is the 3-minute now. I believe. Yeah, because there's no 4-minute, yeah. So this is the gap I'm pretty much paying attention to because it's the highest time frame in the leg. The 3-minute gap. It'll definitely be interesting to see if this thing were to close through. I just don't like. Yeah, you can't even get a 1-to-1 targeting all-time highs, really. I mean, you could put your stop like here, but I don't think I want to do that. So that's not a trade I'd really be interested in. Ideally, I'd like us to see us continue lower, maybe tap into this like 1 hour unfilled gap, may reject out of there, like reject off London lows, maybe even take out previous day low. I mean, at that point though, if we're taking out previous day low, I gotta be bearish to be honest. Because if we were gonna be bullish, we wouldn't come down that low. Yeah, but the thing I'm talking about with why I want to target previous day low if we keep moving bearish is if we look on the daily chart, at least on MNQ, it's not true for NQ, but see, there's literally no bottom wick on this candle. And like if you look at all the other candles in the daily, like they at least have a small bottom wick, at least a small one. Like I literally can't find one candle without a bottom wick here. So like if we're gonna start moving bearish, that'd be a good target. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that 3-minute gap is definitely holding. Looks like so we're failing to move down right now. These candles are both waking up. And I feel like the 30-second does not look clean, and there's no 1-minute gap here. There's no 2-minute gap. Yeah, the thing I don't like with the 30-second is if it was just like this gap right here, I'd maybe consider taking an inverse. But like there's another 30-second gap right up here. So, and then I feel like if you're taking a trade all the way up here, I ideally want to go break even at this internal high up here, and it's too close to the internal high. But I mean, honestly though, I think honestly, if we keep moving bearish, I'm gonna keep a bearish bias. So for me to actually take a short, because I am bearish bias. I want to see like a 5 or 15 minute gap open up, get a retracement in there and a rejection out of it. That's pretty much what I'm waiting for. So we're probably gonna tap into this unfilled 1 hour gap now. The only way I'd really take a long at this point would be like if we immediately reject out of that and have a very clear rejection. But if it's not clear, it's not something I'd take. Only because like I'm fighting all this bearish momentum. And this, I feel like this would be the last line of defense for me to remain bullish. If we can open up like a 4 or 5 minute gap, that would definitely be a good condition I'd look at. Because a lot of times I like to use conditions where like if I'm bearish, I'd wait for a higher time frame gap to get created, and then I'd obviously wait for a retracement and I'd zoom in though on the smaller time frame. So I guess yeah, we're not gonna open up a 5 minute. Looks like we're not gonna open up a 4 minute. I just hate the break even point of this 3 minute right here. If I were to take an inversion off that, and I want to say, I was gonna say that 15-minute gap up there got inverted, but we tapped into like a newer 15-minute gap down here that was unfilled. Yeah, so I mean, if I were to take an inversion of this, the risk to reward is just not the best. I mean, I can get 1-to-1 at that high, I guess. If I were to take it, I go break even there. Is there an SMT? The SMTs. I mean, there's an SMT with like this low. I feel like that one's not that clear though, to be honest. But if we're gonna invert this next candle, I feel like I want to take this. And so we're gonna close in 50 seconds. Yeah, honestly, I feel like I'm gonna take this. Only if we close to this gap. Hmm.
Order
Close.
filled.
Yeah, close enough. I'll take it. So I'll share my screen on Alpha Futures real quick. You should be able to see that. Not the best entry. I just gotta pull up trading view on my other monitor. I'm trying to watch for any SMTs at the highs. Not the best fill. Like 2 points. I'll take it. I mean, so if this trade were to fail, I feel like the main reason would be I'm just going against such a bearish bias. But I feel like for me to like we're at all-time highs, and for me to remain bullish, this would kind of be like the last area I'd like to see us reject off of. We're starting to wick up already. Oh, and obviously, I don't think I said this, but I'm pretty much just going for a 1-to-1. I think I did say that. Oh, I'm looking at the 2-minute here, but I took this trade off the 3-minute. So it's not looking so hot right now. I am definitely going counter trend here. I just kind of like the reaction we got off that. And I feel like all-time highs makes me kind of like more perma bullish, if that makes sense. Even though maybe in this case, I shouldn't have been. So, I mean, I guess the last thing that we could reject off of is like this wick down here. There's like EQ of the wick. I don't even know where a GAN box is here. But whatever equilibrium of this wick is. It's looking like we like almost just tapped into EQ of the wick pretty much. Because I guess EQ of the wick is 128.50. I guess it was like one tick away from EQ of the wick. So I guess this 3-minute candle is going to close in like a minute and a half. Obviously, I want it to close bullish. And I am targeting like a 930 wick, which I feel like 930 wicks are good draws. Yeah, it's 930 wick, yeah. I don't believe we've opened up any 5-minute, 15-minute gaps really. Not yet. There's a chance we might open up this 15 minute maybe if we just keep consolidating. So I guess I'll take that close. It's acceptable. We're just consolidating. I don't believe there's any news at 10 a.m. And I checked this before. I know the answer to this, but this is not what I'm trying to pull up. Um, there's no news. So I gotta hope for the same thing here, where we bounce off the EQ of this wick again. I guess EQ of that wick is 138.25. We really be bouncing off EQ of these wicks. No, I jinxed it. Never mind. And once this unfilled 15-minute gap opens up, the most annoying part of this is I pretty much gotta go break even once we hit it, and then I'm probably just gonna stop the break even. I mean, I'm probably just gonna stop out to be honest, but maybe not. Are we rich yet? Not yet. Currently down $350 across 3 accounts. You said what made you want to hop in here? Well, I feel like it doesn't look as good right now, but when it first happened, um, I'll switch over to TradingView. It'll be easier to show you over there. So so we swept out these two relative equal lows, and there's also a 1 hour gap that we tapped into, which is like right here. And there's actually an S&T even too, with like this low compared to ES to NQ. But I feel like for me to be bullish, this is like the last line of defense I really like to see. So like for us to sweep that and start rejecting up. And I feel like at all-time highs, I'm kind of like perma bullish. It's kind of easier to remain bullish bias. But and I also like though, so in this leg right here, like from this high to this low, the highest time frame gap in this leg is this 3-minute gap. And then we created it and we like immediately inversed it. So like on the 4-minute, there's no gap in that leg. There's no 5-minute. So yeah. And I love too when gaps immediately get inversed like that. So I thought it was a good reaction off that, but we pretty much been consolidating since. And the thing that sucks is I gotta go break even once we tap into this unfilled 15-minute gap. I feel like I could hold break even till that high originally, but at least now we have an SMT with London lows now at least. So that's kind of nice. You said makes sense. I'm waiting for a sweep on Asia highs and a retest, but that'll stop you out. So best of luck. Yeah, I do think it's funny. Sometimes you look at someone's trade and it's like, oh wow, like their stop losses might take profit. The only thing is, at least for me now though, I would like to consider going break even at this unfilled 15-minute gap, but I want to wait at least until these highs appear to go break even because it's just so close. Actually, while I have the opportunity, I'm just gonna get out of break even here. Order filled. Because I'm not too confident in that trade anymore. I don't like the way it reacted. So so in this gap right here, is there a 30-second? There's a 30-second. Yeah, but I got out of that thing at break even. I feel like people aren't gonna believe me. Where's my? Oh, wait, you can't see my P&L, can you? Is it this one? Yeah, you can see. There's my P&L. It's close enough to break even, not like $50. Yeah, but the main reason I want break even there was that let's put TradingView back here. Yeah, so the main reason is we opened up this unfilled 15-minute gap. And I feel like if we are going to remain bearish, that's the first thing that we tap into and start moving down. And I hate the reaction we got off that. And there's equal lows down there. I honestly would have taken a short if there was a more clean inverse over here. Yeah, but if this thing lost though, and it went break even, I feel like I've been kicking myself. And I feel like ES too, sometimes for bias, like I'll look at ES and say, well, NQ looks a little bullish, but if we look at ES here, ES is just dumping. And ES just could drag NQ down with it. Kind of like it's doing right now. But yeah, I really don't see any clear gaps I could take like an inversion off of. You said ES is insane today. Yeah, ES just dumped. I feel like ES has been insane. Like, I think it was last Friday where ES was like in the sky, just going up all day, and NQ just was not doing that. So I mean, honestly, one trade I'd definitely consider taking is if we come up here. This is way too many drawings. I gotta clear this up. Okay. And the SMT's at London now. So, we have all this here, and we tapped into this 15-minute gap right here. So if we come back up and sweep out the high that tapped into that gap, right? Sweep out that high and reject back down, I'd take a short off that. So hopefully we can sweep that and get a clean rejection off it. You said short to the 1 hour unfilled. Well, technically, it's not. I have it marked. I just didn't change it. It's not unfilled anymore. But I'd probably just target somewhere down here. It's close to a 1-to-1. And I see there's like a generation of low resistance liquidity down here. It'd be nice if we could open up this 1 minute invert it. I would like that. But there's a chance that this 30-second might get inverted. That's a tight stop. That 18 points. Yeah, I'm trying to think where I'd target though. I feel like the stop's so tight. I could get a good risk reward here. But so is there a 1 minute gap now? Yeah, is this 30-second? I'm gonna take this if we invert this. Yeah, we inverted that.
Order filled.
So I'm actually, because of the scaling plan, unfortunately, I'm kind of lower risk on this. I feel like I like the reaction off that though. So the main reason I took this one, actually, I want to figure out where I'm putting my take profit first. Honestly, whatever. I'll figure that out later. So the reason I took this trade, so we tapped into we opened up this 15-minute gap right here, and we're moving pretty bearish, honestly. So we swept out the high that tapped into that gap, and we immediately inversed this 30-second gap pretty strongly, in my opinion. So I mean, even if I get stopped out here, I'd still say it's a good trade, honestly. And there's even like down here, there's all this low resistance liquidity that, in my opinion, should get ran eventually, right? There's even equal lows, at least on MNQ. They might not be equal lows on NQ, but I feel like I have all these reasons where I'm like, hey, I can be bearish. I'm gonna put up my alpha future screen so you can see my executions. I got a really good fill though, to be honest. So honestly, so there's a 40% consistency rule on the accounts I'm on. So I got to keep that in mind here. So like the thing is, I feel like no, it's not that much. I could go for more. I feel like I feel like I could. There's no reason I couldn't target this low down here. Like all the way here. But I just feel like if I'm going to be up 1.5, just take it. 1.6, I should say. This is, yeah, I'm definitely going to take this once I'm up this. Yeah, I like this reaction a lot. And hopefully we're not gonna react off these equal lows down here. I don't even know if they're equal lows in NQ though. Honestly, too, if I wasn't on the scaling plan where I couldn't do more than 20 cons, I would have been in for more risk and I would have been out right now, to be honest. But I mean, in this case, I have no problem holding because like there's low resistance liquidity right here, equal lows. I feel like we're just gonna run all this, so I'm comfortable holding. So we swept? No, we didn't sweep the equals yet. We're getting close. This is honestly a pretty fire trade, I won't lie. So I low-key hope these equal lows aren't the point we start reacting off of, because that would make me very sad. But I feel like I would have targeted those equal lows if I was able to be in for more cons. So we're still running this LR though. So hopefully it'll start coming down soon. I'm debating if I should just take this. I feel like I shouldn't. No, I'll just wait for it to hit this low. You're tapping into a 2-minute gap here. You know, in hindsight though, I feel like I should have targeted those equal lows. I just thought it would run all the low resistance at once. Dude. Dude, I'm about to crash out because I gotta be break even here. I gotta be break even here. I can't be. I'll be so mad at myself if I get stopped out of that. That's so upsetting. I should have taken the profit, bro. I was just Hail Marrying it. That's so annoying. Dude, oh my god. Come on down, Nasdaq. It's gonna stop me out of break even and I'm gonna crash out. I'm not actually gonna crash out, but I'm gonna be upset. Dude, I should have taken that profit. Oof. Should I just take it once it gets here? He said I gotta chill. I do. Ugh. I'm just so annoyed though, because I feel like it was only because of the scaling plan that I didn't go in for more cons. Like I would have taking it off there. You said no risk, but I mean, I feel like I'm just in drawdown on this account and I want to get out of it. I feel like I do have good habits, but sometimes I just start to get pretty stressed. Oh, come on, go down. I'm getting stopped out, I feel like. Oh, that really is my bad. You said this is the 30-second time frame? Yeah, it is. I'm looking at the 30-second because I took the entry based off the 30-second time frame. Oh, I'm gonna get stopped out here. I think. Dude, can you just... Oh, fuck.
Order filled.
I'm actually pissed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually pissed. Cause, dude. Okay. Dude, it was so close. I think so the main reason I'm upset though is because I'm on a scaling plan and I wanted to go in for more cons because my stop was so tight, and I kept saying the whole time I'm only going this far because of the scaling plan. So if it wasn't for the scaling plan, I would have been out there. Honestly, I feel like at this point, I should probably just stop trading because I'm so pissed off. I mean, yeah, and at this point too, what am I even gonna take? Unless, because like the original trade idea I had is a resweep inside this high, but like, what am I gonna do? Trade a third resweep? No, I'm not. I should have taken partials or something too. I mean, I usually don't take partials, but it's just a scaling plan that fucked me up. Yeah, I'm gonna go over the I'm just gonna recap the trades and get off. Okay. So, that first trade I took was a long. I saw that we came into this 1 hour gap down here, which is the last line I really wanted to see us trade into. So I saw that we kind of rejected out of it immediately. I just liked the rejection. And then in this leg right here, the highest time frame gap was this 3 minutes. So once we inversed it, sorry, I took a long off that. I put my stops down here. I actually originally wanted to go break even at this internal high up here, but we opened up this 15-minute gap and we traded up into it, and I just went break even. So I pretty much had to go insta break even, if that makes sense. And then I got stopped at break even, which I'm cool with that. Then I started seeing how we were immediately rejecting out of that 15-minute gap. So at that point, I was definitely a lot more confident in shorts. So I saw that we had this initial high that tapped into that 15-minute gap, and then we actually came up and reswept it. Then when we created this 30-second gap right here, this is the highest time frame gap in this leg. So I took it and it just immediately got inverted. It just looked so clean. So I took that. I wanted to target these lows down here for just over a 2-to-1 because I figured there was like all this low resistance, right? I figured it would all get ran at once. That was my idea. But I also saw there were these equal lows down here. So I would have targeted the equal lows if it wasn't for the scaling plan, because like I was just bitching about before, I couldn't enter as many contracts as I wanted. So I was in for pretty much half risk. So because I was in for half risk, I was trying to go for like double risk reward, if that makes sense. So yeah. So I pretty much got edged, then I got stopped at break even. And then yeah, I mean, I don't know if this thing's gonna win or not, but I figure at this point, the day's not looking too clean. You said you lost 2 trades and you're done for the day. Very bad day for me. Yeah, I'm pissed off because I was up so much and I never actually took it. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I finished the day break even, so it's acceptable. You literally hate today. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of pissed off right now too. I'm actually ending the stream early because I don't think I'm gonna. There's nothing else I want to see happen, and I'm pissed off. So I shouldn't be sitting here. Yeah, because like I mean, I'm still bearish bias, but I don't want to see a third sweep of this high. But yeah, but I mean that's pretty much it. So I appreciate everyone showing up. I got the Discord link in the pinned comment, so if you're not in there, please join that. Also check out Alpha Futures. Alpha Futures for the whole week actually is doing a 25% off sale, which I think is a great sale. So definitely check out that sale. But just have a good day, and I appreciate everyone showing up.